YouTube, this is Charlie from techinform.us. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make your very own Adobe icon. What I mean by that is, I know I've seen some YouTube channels that have Adobe icons but say their own text, and I was just wondering how to do that, so I actually found a way, and I'm going to be telling you all how to do that. So what I've done is I've basically gone to Google Images and then typed in Adobe CS5 icons. I've searched around and got a lot of icons here. As you can see, I found this one right here, this Adobe Flash Pro image or icon. This is a PNG, so it's not an IC, and so it will be compatible with most photo editing apps. So we're just going to right click and save it to your desktop. Now today I'm going to be using Adobe Photoshop CS4 Extended Legal, of course, and basically any photo editing application that is able to do pretty semi-advanced photo editing application. You don't need to be as advanced as Photoshop, although Photoshop is very handy. And I know you can do this with Aperture or Sketchbook Express, things like that, or Sketchbook Pro. So what we're going to do now, we're going to open up our photo editing app. In this case, I'm using Photoshop. We're just going to hit open, or Command O will bring you to the screen. Select your icon, make sure it's in a PNG. Doesn't have to be, but I like to use portable network graphics because I think they're very nice quality. So as you can see here, we've gotten our image. If it is locked and you cannot edit it in Photoshop, just go over here to your layers, double click, and make it a new layer, or unlock it. So what we're going to need to do is we need to go over here and set our foreground and background colors. So what we're going to do, we're actually just going to set it to the color of the icon. Now it's not going to be perfect. As you can see, there is some transparency down there, and there is some differences in colors and shadows, but for the most part, if you make this front panel just all one solid color, it looks pretty good. So to set your foreground and background colors to the exact same colors of the image, what we're going to do, we're just going to double click. Then here's our color picker. Let's move that to the side. And then as you can see, we have this little drop. We can just click anywhere, it'll match where the colors are. Hit OK, and we have set our foreground color. Now we need to set our background color. Just switch, double click, move aside, and then click the orange part up here. So now what we need to do, we need to get rid of the F and the I for Flash, or F and the L for Flash Pro. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our brush tool right here, make sure our red foreground color is selected, and this is going to take some time. This is one of the only parts that really does take some time. We're going to just basically go over that. As you can see, it's a little different. This isn't sharp enough for me. 55 and sharp, and this brush is absolutely terrible. So I'm just going to make it 19 and make it bigger. So we're just going to go through this. Just go through. You can get pretty precise if you want, and I will be back to you all when I have gotten this. Well, basically gotten this to the point where I think it's comfortable and I like it. So be back to you in a minute. Alright, so I've basically gone through with my tool and pretty precisely edited this. I know it's a little bumpy on the sides, but for demonstrational purposes, I'm just going to leave it at this. Although I can make it a little better up here, which I'll just go ahead and do now. So I'm just going to color through this, pretty simple, until you have it the way you want it. Now all we have to do is add the text. And after we add the text, you can make it say whatever you want. So what we're going to do, we're just going to go right over here and we're going to flip our foreground and background colors. And we're going to make a text layer by just click on the text. And let's make it 72 so it's in proportion. I'm going to use Arial Black because I think it looks pretty good. But you can use any text you want in this big, very large variety of texts. So I'm just going to make it say A right there. Or let's make it a little bigger. Oh, make it smooth. That'll look better. You can actually go in here and fix the what's it called? basically what your text looks like. I'm just going to make it smooth, and I'm going to make it a little bigger, making it 100. So I'm going to take this little arrow, the moving tool, and move it to where I want it. Now this is not going to be the finished product by any means. So now I'm actually just going to make another text layer, a little smaller. Actually, I'll keep it the same, of the BNERCUS. I'll say ABNERCUS. But I do think it'll look a little better if I make it a little bit smaller, like at 90. Or maybe 85. Okay, so I'm just going to move this into the place that I want it. As you can see, I did have this problem before when the text looked very sharp and rigid like this. To fix this, basically go over here and make it, I put smooth. It really smoothens the text out. Alright, so now I'm just going to make the T for the Tech Inform, which is the website that I write for. To do that, we're just going to basically do the exact same thing. We're going to make a new text layer right here. T. Use our tool. Drag it down. Let's drag it a little bit further down. I know this right here, this part is not at all even. So right now that's not really bothering me. Now we've made the T. As you can see, it's at the same soft level as the other text. So now we have to make the ECH. I find that text basically usually looks better if I make it a little bit smaller than the capital letter. So I'm going to make it 90. There we go. Or let's make it 85. Or 80. So I'm going to do the ECH for tech. Move it down. And all these steps, they're very easy. You just have to basically get to know Photoshop. Now all we have to do is make an I. It's going to be 100, just exactly like the T, I, and basically drag this to where we want it. Now we have to make the INFORM, and we're going to make this also at 80. So as you can see, it does go off the screen, so I'm going to need to make it a little bit smaller, so I'll be back to you guys when I fix that. Alright, so I've changed the size, and now it's actually time to add effects to the text like Adobe has with theirs. So I might add, this is legal. I don't believe Adobe will come and prosecute you for copying their image. Because all you have to do is you have to make it look noticeably different. Like obviously this looks absolutely nothing like this does. So what we're going to do to add effects in Photoshop at least, I'm going to start off with the A. Go ahead and double click to make the layer style. And what I usually do, I add a drop shadow right here. I keep it at 100%, the default settings, and I also add an inner shadow. I find that looks really cool. I'm going to do that with the BNERCUS. Double click, and then add a drop shadow and an inner shadow. Now I'm actually going to do the exact same thing, as you can see, as the tab launcher keeps getting my way. Make layers bigger now. I personally like to group my text, and in case you're wondering, the FX means you've added layer styles. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to the T now. Drop shadow and inner shadow. And then the exact same thing with the I. Now I'm actually going to change up the ECH and the I in the NFORM. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to add an inner glow and an outer glow. Make it a little bit different. Now this isn't the best. I know there's probably a much easier way to do this, but this is how I do it. As you can see now, we have a pretty good looking icon here. We can probably add like a little logo by making a little a new layer, but for demonstrational purposes, I'm just going to leave it at this. Now to save it, go ahead and go to File, Save As. Now if you're going to be uploading it to YouTube at least, excuse me, do not try to save it as a PSD. YouTube doesn't know what to do with PSD, so what we're going to do, we're going to go to Format, And I like to do a portable network graphic or a PNG. I feel that they're good quality. I'm gonna name it customized flash icon. There we go. And I'm going to save it to my desktop as a PNG, and then basically hit save. Now the PNG options come up, just hit none if you just hit none. Now we can minimize this, get out of Photoshop, and then here it is. Here's our icon. It's not pixelated or anything. As you can see, I really messed up on the shadows down here. So you can go in and make this much more precise, as we'll cover. Well, I messed up down here. So you probably have gotten the gist of this, even though I did mess up, it's not very precise, so I'm not going to be using this image anywhere. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at my YouTube channel. I have done this, except I've used the CS5 template. Go ahead and hit channel. Let it load. Internet's being slow. And then we'll go ahead and pause this video. And we'll scroll down, scroll up. As you can see, I've done basically the exact same thing using the Adobe Photoshop CS5. Now, I haven't made it too precise because I feel that there's no need to make it extremely precise, but I find this little trick pretty cool to do. And I definitely recommend it if you want to go with a professional icon and say, hey, look, I know how to do this. So thanks for watching. I hope this helped anybody who basically wanted to know how to do this. This didn't take me very long to figure out. It took only about a half hour. Well, that was with just going in and playing with Photoshop. So thanks for watching. I hope this helped anybody who needed to know how to do this. Make sure to check out the website that I write for at www.techinform.us. Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/abnercus. That is ABNERCUS. And I will talk to you guys in the next video I make, which will be whenever. Okay. See you later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.